know I speak to me sometimes, but try not to look at me.
Okay, it's rolling.
Okay, perfect. So I'm not going to interrupt you during this. I'm going to have you guys all introduce yourself without me jumping in. So you can kind of go down the line if you want. You're going to say your name. Everyone's going to say their name and their age, and parents also say what you do for a living.
Okay.
And Brady, you'll say your name and age, and you'll also say, and I'm a stock car driver.
Okay.
And a student. Okay. So whenever you guys are ready, we'll start with Mom, and then go down the line.
Okay, my name is Krista. I mainly stay home and raise the kids, but we also own the Onaway Speedway, the racetrack that Braden races at, and we own JJ Power, which is a trucking company.
I'm Maddox, and I'm 8. 7.
Okay, my name is Jim. I'm the father of the group for these kids here, and I own the Onaway Speedway, and I am a journeyman lineman by trade, and I also race stock cars all over Michigan.
I'm Braden. I'm 10 years old.
I'm sorry. I'm going to interrupt you for a second. I want to do that one more time. Let's do it again. Mom, do it again.
Okay.
Let's go from Mom, Dad, Braden, and then
Maddox.
Little.
Okay.
And if you guys want to introduce them, that's fine too. However you want to do it. So name, age, then profession, and then I forgot to say the city and state where you live. One of you should say that.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Krista Dubois. I am 38 years old, and okay, I gotta start over with that. Sorry.
That's okay.
Hi, my name is Krista Dubois. I'm 38 years old. I live in Indian River, Michigan, and I'm mainly a homemaker, but we also own Onaway Speedway and JJ Power, which is a trucking company.
My name is Jim Dubois. I'm 37 years old. I'm a journeyman lineman by trade, and I own the Onaway Speedway and race stock cars all over northern Michigan.
I'm Braden. I'm 10 years old. I drive a race truck at the Onaway Speedway, and I train at the Onaway Speedway also.
And say that one more time. I lost the connection.
And I train at the Onaway Speedway.
Introduce your brother and sister for me.
This is Maddox. He's 7.5 years old. He's my little brother. And this is Zayla. She's 2 years old. My little sister.
Okay, cool. Tell me, can you kind of describe each other's personalities a little bit? Like, Brayden, tell me a little bit about your mom and dad.
My mom, she is nice, caring. She is nice to all of us, takes care of us when we're sick, and it's pretty nice. And my dad, he's a little bit more strict than my mom. He is a really good driver. When he wants to be, he can actually be pretty nice. He teases me and Maddox a lot. Of course, he takes it a lot more lightly, but it's fun. So.
That's pretty funny. Krista, tell me about Jim.
Jim, he's a hard worker. He's very dedicated. He's a very well provider, good father. He's funny. He's very funny. And that's probably the main things that I can think about right now.
Okay. And Jim, tell me about Krista.
She's been my wife for 17 years now. Couldn't ask for a better mom or a wife or business owner, runner. She really does the majority of it, and I fortunately get to take all the credit for it. So it works really nice. She's a very dedicated mom and housewife.
Awesome. Braden, what kind of things do you guys do together as a family, like vacations or go to the movies or play games?
Well, every winter we go to Florida. It's a great time. A lot of people come sometimes, not many people come others, but it's fun going down to Florida. Once in a while we'll go to the movies and watch a movie that's coming out. Usually it's Maddox gets to pick the movies. Zayla's very first one was Monsters University. But yeah, we don't do much of the family other than on my Speedway. So.
Okay. Mom and Dad, tell me what you think makes your family so unique or special. What makes it maybe different than other families?
Well, when we own the Onaway Speedway where Braden races at, and we all work there. Not so much Zayla, but Braden and Maddox put in a lot of work also, which is phenomenal for how old they are. They work hard. This year was a little bit of a challenge in the beginning, getting them back into the rhythm of things, but I have no complaints as far as it's a family business, and we really stress that we all have to put something into it. They do well with that.
How did that come to be? Did you guys start the Speedway? Did you buy it from someone? How'd that come to be?
Actually, I was promoting a Speedway 30 miles south of where I live now, and me and the owner had some bad terms. The Speedway which we purchased come up for sale, so we bought it. His Speedway closed. We've been operating it now for our 4th season.
4th season. Okay, cool. Do your little brother and sister ever come and watch you, Braden, when you're racing?
Actually, usually my brother is the only one that comes to watch. My sister, she's usually at my grandma's. My brother is sometimes too, just not as often as the others.
Gotcha. And I keep misunderstanding, so forgive me. What is your brother and sister's name again?
This is Maddox, and that's Zayla.
Maddox,
M-A-D-D-O-X, and
Okay.
Zayla, Z-A-Y-L-A.
Okay, Maddox and Zayla. Okay,
Yep.
that's cool. Maddox, can you tell me about if you ever go to see your brother race?
Yeah,
Do you have fun when you go see him?
yeah.
Yes,
Can you tell me that?
I like to go watch my brother race.
What do
Sometimes
you,
my friends are here.
sometimes your friends are here?
Yeah,
Okay, do they go with you sometimes to watch him race?
yeah.
Yes, they go with him to watch him race, and they come to the racetrack, so he runs around and plays with his friends a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so now Braden and Maddox can scoot to the side. Let me just get Mom and Dad for a few minutes. And if you guys can reposition it to make sure you're in the center of the camera.
Yeah, we should be.
Can you see us?
I can see you. Can you see me anymore?
No, it just went flat.
Let me try something real quick. What's going on there? I don't know why you can't see me, but you can still hear me?
I
Yeah.
can hear you, yes.
Yep.
Okay, as long as you can hear me, you don't really need to see me, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to have you introduce yourselves again to the camera. Say the name, age, and your profession, and where you live. So go ahead.
Hey, my name is Krista Dubois. I live in Indian River, Michigan. I'm 38 years old. I'm a homemaker and a business owner of Onaway Speedway and JJ Power.
My name is Jim Dubois. I'm 37 years old, Indian River, Michigan. I'm a journeyman lineman by trade, and I'm also the owner of Onaway Speedway and JJ Power.
So tell me, where do you believe, because I know Dad, you spoke a little bit about it already, but where do you believe Braden's interest came from in racing?
It actually, there was a kid in Canada by the name of Dustin Jackson that was the world record holder before he was, and 3 days before our race season, I told him that he could become the world record holder if he chose to race, and he had never driven a car before, and 2 days before the race season we went out and practiced, and he started his first race.
So, and when was that?
2 seasons ago.
So he broke Dustin's record when he was only 8?
9.
9, okay. And what is the name of the record? What record did he break?
World's youngest stock car driver.
So say that back to me in a full sentence. Braden
broke the world's youngest stock car driver record, world record. It's not in the Guinness Book of World Records due to the fact that it's with a child, and they won't promote anything that endangers a child. It's in the World Record Academy.
Okay, got it. Actually, that's where I think I found you when I was Googling stuff.
Yes.
say that to me one more time, but say how old he was when he did it. So Braden is the world's youngest, blah, 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 when he was 9 years old, so we get the whole thing in one sentence.
Okay, Braden is the world's record holder for the world's youngest stock car driver at the age of 9 years old, and it is a world record in the World Record Academy.
Perfect. Okay. So that's where the interest came from. Were you supportive of him when he decided he wanted to start doing it?
I was very supportive. Mom was mom and really nervous.
So tell me about that, Mom. Why were you nervous? I mean, you can state the obvious.
For obviously the risk at hand, I was very nervous about him actually getting in the car driving. It was a stick. He drives a stick. It's not an automatic. And they get up to like 40, 50 miles per hour around the racetrack, which is obviously scary even if you're in a race harness. Just the weight of a helmet. You know, if they were to hit the wall, their head snapping, their neck snapping, that really feared me. I really wanted him to break the world record and be done. And he just loved it and wanted to keep going with it. And I'm a little bit more at ease now, but I'm definitely saying my prayers when he goes out to race every single time.
And Dad, you said you weren't. Tell me a little bit about why you're not, because
I've been racing for now about 16 years. I've hit concrete walls head on at 70 plus miles an hour in my harnesses, totaled race cars, been knocked unconscious, but I do know with all of our safety innovations that racing is a very safe sport for the dangerous aspect of it. It is very safe with all of our equipment.
I meant to ask you this before, but tell me how fast is he going when he is racing?
His top speed is around 50 miles an hour.
So, and you taught him how to drive the race car?
I actually sat in the passenger seat of Braden's race car, and we went out there and made about 100 laps around me. I was just sitting on actually a milk crate in the passenger side of his race car, and I would actually hold the steering wheel with my left hand, and I would run the gas, tell him at what point to brake, and then after about 30 laps he run the gas. Then after about 30 more laps he was actually driving while I was just sitting there as a passenger. And
how old was he when you did that?
9.
He was, okay, so that was right around the time. He had been working, tell me, he had been working at the Speedway with you guys and helping, but not in the car yet?
Yes.
Until he was 9?
Yes, he hadn't been racing until 9. We owned it one season prior to him racing.
Okay. So Mom, you said you're a little more at ease now?
A little, yes. I really stress to Braden about safety, and being that we own the racetrack, I'm on the other side actually in the score tower. So I'm not over there with him. I would feel better if I was with him, but I'm not able to be. But Braden he's very safety conscious. He knows that he has to have all of his safety gear on. His dad is there with him. And I do have radio contact with his dad to keep telling him, make sure Braden's buckled in properly.
You guys, do you have any ultimate dreams or hopes for him in regards to this, whether it be a career in it, money, fame? What do you guys hope for him?
I would ultimately hope it ends up in NASCAR, but I'm also a realist, and I imagine we will race our cars around northern Michigan until he is old enough to race bigger cars. Then at that point we keep the Speedway to go late model or modified racing around the state and around the country. I don't foresee him being a professional sport at it, but I see him being very well at it and having fun.
And for me, Braden's goal is to race NASCAR, and that is truly what I hope for.
Okay. Let me ask you a technical question that I just don't know the answer to. Why is it that he is allowed at the age of 9, or whatever age you're allowed, to get behind the wheel of a race car, as opposed to you can't even get a license?
It's strictly with insurance regulations, and with the strict regulations we have on our cars being strictly stock, their speeds are not fast enough where they feel it's a danger to the children, so they allow us to do that. They can only drive until the age of 14 in our strictly stock 4-cylinder division.
Okay, gotcha. So, in theory, at any age, they're allowed to get in that car if they can reach the pedal and drive it?
No, we have to feel comfortable, and
12.
most of the time it's 12, but if somebody is 11 and going to be 12 the first year, or during the first race season, we will allow it. But we have to feel confident in their ability, and we make them practice several times before they actually get to race.
And most
Okay.
of them at 12, I think there's like one race car driver that's actually 12. Most of them are 14.
And that's a legal thing, or that is like racetrack to racetrack will tell you different things?
It's an insurance standard thing.
Oh, it's an insurance standard thing.
Yes.
Okay. So 12 is kind of
The norm.
the norm. Okay.
Yes.
12 is normal age. Okay. Does him racing and working at the raceway ever get in the way of school or having a quote unquote normal life?
No.
Because he's practicing so much.
No, actually Braden's a straight A student at the top of his class. Education is very important to us. He works hard at it, but it doesn't interfere because the race season is usually the off-school season. Like it overlaps very little.
Okay, great. That is all I need from you guys. Now I want to talk to just Braden.
Okay, just one moment.
Braden?
Hey, buddy. Braden.
You still can't see me, can you?
No.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, sit right in the middle. Sit forward. Back. Okay, yep, you're good.
We can get in, can we, I don't know what the camera sees, but if you want, you can zoom in so we're closer on him with the camera as opposed to what I see on the Skype right now.
Okay, let me see here.
No, Zayla, come this way, sweetheart.
Zayla, get out of the way.
Move over here.
Yep, okay, he's zoomed in on the camera, good. Look straight there.
Okay, cool. So, Braden, just make sure you keep looking at the camera even though you can't see me. Don't look at the computer, okay?
Okay.
So first tell me your name, how old you are, and then you're going to say that you race stock cars, or you're a stock car racer, okay? And then this is all in one sentence. I don't want to interrupt you, okay? So your name, your age, you're a stock car racer, and then explain what stock car racing is, okay?
I'm Braden DuBois. I'm 10 years old. I'm a stock car racer at the Onaway Speedway. It's a lot of fun, and really stock car racing is different divisions of the pure stocks, street stocks, 4 cylinders, sport mods, and modifieds, all racing as different setups. The modifieds are more aerodynamic, along with the sport mods. The street stocks are pretty much amped up pure stocks, and the pure stocks have 8 cylinders, and the 4 cylinders have 4 cylinders, and those are all the classes.
Excellent. So tell me, how did you learn all that stuff?
I learned it all from my dad and watching the cars.
And watching the cars?
Yep.
How long have you been watching the cars or been interested in racing?
Only 2 seasons really, ever since I started racing.
Say that to me in a full sentence. Say, I've been interested in racing since.
I've been interested in racing since about 2 years ago when I started racing. And I used to think it was boring, but now I'm racing and it's pretty cool.
Okay, what made you want to get behind the wheel?
Well, my dad said that if I did, I could break a world record, and that's really what inspired me to do it.
Say that one more time. Say, my dad told me that if I started racing at the age I was, explain it so everybody understands.
My dad told me that if I could break a world record by driving the car at the age I was, that's really what inspired me to do it.
Perfect.
I was 9 years old, and I went for it about 2 days before racing.
Awesome. And then have you loved it ever since?
Yeah.
Say that back to me. And I've loved it ever since.
I've loved it ever since I started.
Okay. What is it that you love about it? What's so cool about it?
It's just the exhilaration of being able to race and have fun doing it.
You like to go fast?
Yeah, pretty much.
So say that back
Yeah,
to me.
pretty
Say
much
that
accurate.
how you like to go
Well,
fast.
I like to go fast in my race car, and it's just knowing that if I win, it's pretty big to win against who's out there.
Tell me how the fastest that you've ever gone in a complete sentence. The fastest.
The fastest I've ever gone in my race car is 50 miles per hour.
Now, how many hours a week do you practice, or do you get behind the wheel and do you train?
Once I've gotten good at the class, I haven't really trained that much. Every Saturday I train. I go before qualifying and make laps.
But explain what you just said to me. Pretend I don't know anything. When you say qualifying, what does that mean?
Well, qualifying is the time at about 5 o'clock at our racetrack where one car at a time will go out, make 4 laps, and the best time will be their qualifying time.
And then if you qualify, you're qualifying for what?
You're qualifying for your spot in the race. The better you are, the further back you go. So say you're the slowest car and there's 7 cars, you won't make it into the 6-car dash, which is 6 cars, 6 laps, but you will be in the heat, which is all the cars. Usually if there's too many of them, we'll split them up into 2 different heats. And if you are the slowest, you'll be in the front of the heats. And then the feature is 20 laps. If you win it, of course, for every lap you get to make a victory lap with the checkered flag. But if you win the feature, you get the feature winner sticker, which says feature winner underneath it and cross checker flags.
Awesome. So tell me, you also work and help your parents with the business?
Yes. Every Sunday we clean the pits. Sometimes I'll mow the pit, not the pits, but the grandstand. I'll mow the grandstand parking lot, and I will also announce sometimes.
Oh, announce. Tell me about that. Announce what upcoming race or the qualifying, like you.
I announce after my feature race. I try to get over as fast as I can, and I announce. And also there's another person that announces before our races. We each have our own racing personalities. His is over revving, and he made mine, which is rod bearings.
Okay, cool. Now tell me about the breaking the world record for youngest stock car racer.
Well,
How did?
I got in the car and they came over and were driving out. They watched me drive, and so they gave me a big certificate and a medal. It was pretty cool to get the medal and the certificate.
Awesome. Have you you've been racing in races since then? Have you won any other races?
I've only won 1 feature race, and I don't even know how many 6-car dashes and heats I won.
Wait, say that to you've won 1 featured race?
Yep, 1 feature race. I don't really know how many other races I've won though.
Because what are the other kinds if it's not called a feature race?
There's the 6-car dash, which is 6 laps around the track, only 6 cars. And if there's less than 6 cars, we'll run all the cars. The heat race is 15 laps around our quarter-mile racetrack. It is a longer race, yet it is much harder to win.
Okay, but you've won a bunch of those? Is that what you're saying? Because you don't know how many?
Yeah.
Because you lost count?
Yeah.
Okay, so say that back to me in like a full sentence. Say, I lost count of how many other races I won because there were so many.
I lost count of the heats and dashes I won because of how many there was.
Okay, good. Now tell me why, what's the ultimate goal for you with racing? Do you want to race NASCAR? Do you want to get money, fame, all of it? Tell me what you want.
If it's possible, I would like to go to NASCAR, but I don't know if that will happen. If it does, great, but if it doesn't, it'll just, if I do get in NASCAR, great, but if not, whatever.
Okay, so would you think you'll still keep racing, like because your dad said, I think he says he still does, right?
Yeah, he still races, and I think I will too.
Okay, so say that back to me about, say my ultimate goal would be to be in NASCAR, but if you don't, then you'll still do blah 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 blah.
Well, my ultimate goal is to be in NASCAR, but if I don't, I'll keep racing where I race, and that's what I'll do if I don't make it to NASCAR.
Cool. Now, when you race it, I forgot to ask this. When you're racing the feature race and the other ones that you've talked about, are you racing for money, or just
No, we only race for the checkered flag, but in the feature race, we do race for trophies, first through fifth.
Got it. So trophies and the flag. Okay, got it. Tell me one more thing about what you personally like about the satisfaction you get out of getting behind the car, and what it feels like and why you like doing it.
Really, you don't feel anything. When you first get in the car, you are a little nervous, but the more you practice and drive, I mean, you don't really feel anything. All you feel is the urge to win, and if you, like for me, I don't win. I just have fun doing it, so it's a good time doing that.
Awesome. All right, here. Okay, Mom and Dad, you can stop recording.
Good question.